Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. I'm gonna tell y'all like a secret. Do y'all know why these two individual black men were killed? It wasn't just because they were activists. In that case, Al Sharpton would have got killed. Jesse Jackson would have got killed. Dick Gregory would have got killed a long time ago. So it wasn't just the fact that they were activists fighting for black people and telling the truth. No. These two right here were killed. Alright, let me take it back a little bit. Malcolm X. It wasn't until after Malcolm X actually sat Martin down. Or Michael King. That was his real name. His real name wasn't Martin Luther King. It was Michael King. And his father just put Luther in his name because the Protestant Luther, Martin Luther. It's a Protestant guy. I think late 1800s or early 1900s. Martin Luther. Research that. He was like a Protestant. His dad admired and idolized that guy called Martin Luther. So he gave Michael King Martin Luther name. Martin Luther King, right? Alright. Martin Luther King was not what y'all think he was. He was not a Christian. No, he wasn't. He wasn't a Baptist Christian. He was actually what you call a libertine. That's like a religion of sexual freedom. If y'all can recall, a few years ago, information came out about Martin Luther King and his mistresses he had on the side, right? And it was more than a few. It was more than several. They came out saying Martin Luther King had kids by them and all kind of stuff like that. But anyway, he believed in sexual freedom, libertine. A libertine is one who practices sexual freedom. So you better believe him and Coretta Scott King on some swinger type shit. Sleeping with couples and whatnot. I don't know if Martin Luther King was gay or what. I don't know. But I know he loved women. And, alright, before I get into the what I got to expose and reveal, remember Martin Luther King got shot on the balcony, right? Okay, he was at a hotel. You can just guess what he was doing at the hotel. Sexual parties and stuff like that. A lot of the civil rights meetings were like sexual parties, y'all. Straight up, I know. But anyway, it wasn't till after Malcolm X actually sat Martin down. Malcolm talked to Martin. He talked to that nigga. He talked to him. He had let him know a big secret that he found out. Malcolm X, right? After he left the nation. He found out a big secret that the black people are the original people, the first people, the aboriginal people. He taught Martin this. He schooled Martin. See, the government and everybody, they chose Martin because he was a great speaker. I mean, think about this. I mean, every other time, you see him all the time on TV. You know, all the time. Rosa Parks, she was a Freemason. She was a Eastern Star working for that agenda. So that's why they showed them all the time. All the time. They always showed Rosa and Martin, right? They weren't too big on showing Malcolm like that, though. Because Martin, they just chose him because he was a good speaker. So they could use him, you know what I'm saying, to get this religion thing out to the black people, right? To give them a dream. You know, the dream. Martin Luther King dream, yeah, the government wanted everybody to look at it as a fantasy, a dream that would never come true. So they used Martin because he was a great speaker, right? Okay, after Malcolm sat Martin down, Martin started preaching and teaching the truth about blacks being the aboriginal people, right? They didn't like that. The agenda did not like that. Because, see, he was working for them. Kind of like Tupac was. Lassane Crooks was Tupac's real name. He was working for the government, them people. Because Afeni Shakur was, facing 100 years? And she got out of it. That's how. They sold out. And that's how Tupac was able to go to film school and to be an actor and everything. Because they was poor living in the hood. How the hell he was going to get up and go to an acting school? But anyway, back to Martin and Malcolm. Malcolm set Martin down, told him about the aboriginal people, and they killed Martin as soon as he started teaching and preaching that blacks were the aboriginal people, right? The original first people, okay? In America and everything, okay? That's why they killed Martin, because he went against them and he taught the truth, and they killed him for that. But check this. It said that Martin didn't die on no balcony. No, he died at the hospital. It said that he was smuggled in his hospital bed in his room. And his family said things about it, but it got like erased. And it mysteriously disappeared from the media. But it said that they smuggled him in the bed. That was the real story. And I'm an empath, and I can feel I'm clear cognizant too. That's called clear knowing. And when I heard this story, it just resonated as the truth to me. I just knew it was the truth. All right, and then they killed Malcolm, like a few years later. They didn't want to make it seem too suspicious and too coincidental, so they waited a few years and killed Malcolm because he was teaching that by blacks being an Aboriginal people. And that's why these two were really assassinated. Martin sold out. Malcolm didn't. But when Martin started speaking the truth, that's when they silenced him and killed him. Then they killed Martin a few years later, so it wouldn't be so obvious, right? And that's the real reason why these two, these two men right here was assassinated by the elites, the government, the same ones who doing the pandemic now, the same ones. Because ask yourself this question: why would they have Martin Luther King on TV on every other station? I mean, why would they do that? I mean, to white America at the time, Martin Luther King was a coon, was a nigger. He was a nigger. I ain't gonna say nigger, he was a nigger to them. So why would they put him out there like that? They did that because he was working for them people. They hired him. That's why they put him out there like that, so he can push that bullshit religion to the black people and let them know that it's a dream. As far as blacks and whites coming together, it's just a dream, a fantasy that'll never happen. And these are known as shadow children. Their souls came for this truth. They knew they would die for it when they came. Before they came to earth, they knew they would die for this information. These are the shadow children. They came first. The first wave, as Dolores Cannon puts it, the first wave of soul volunteers. JFK too. Huey Newton, Black Panthers, and all of them. Okay? But if they knew about voting and stuff like that, you know what? That's a whole nother video right there. But anyway, guess what he was? Democrat or Republican? Martin Luther King. What was he? Democrat? Nah, he was a Republican. Go figure. It's all bullshit anyway. Peace, y'all. It's your man 5. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Do as you please. 5.